disassemble the 1911, we're going to have to remove the slide stop. Slide stop on the right side of the gun is on this side of the gun. I'm going to open up the slide part way, push out the slide stop, maintain control of the gun, remove slide stop. Now when I let go of the slide forward, the spring, the recoil spring, is going to want to come down and fly out. So I'm going to keep my hand over it and I'm going to remove the frame, and now I'm going to let go of the spring and remove the recoil spring and recoil spring guide. Put the frame to the side, put the recoil spring guide and spring to the side, and we're going to disassemble the slide. The reason I took out the slide stop first is this gun is equipped with a collet bushing, and it makes it very difficult to rotate the barrel bushing unless the barrel is forward slightly. I can rotate the barrel bushing over to the right, remove the recoil spring cap, rotate the barrel bushing to the left, pull the barrel and barrel link and link pin, and this is a collet bushing. Collet bushings are not recommended for duty guns because they will break. So put the collet bushing over to the side. Collet bushing fits very tightly over the barrel, but when it comes down on the barrel, it's real easy to spin. When it's up on the barrel where it goes, I need a bushing wrench in order to turn it. Hence the methodology to disassemble like I did. The slide. This is a Series 80 slide. I'm going to need 2 punches. One little punch, one big punch. You're going to locate to the rear. You're going to push up the firing pin safety, and you're going to push forward on the firing pin with the other pin. Push forward with the firing pin, release the safety. That holds the firing pin in the forward position. Rake your firing pin stop down. Put your hand behind the gun. Push the safety up. Allow the firing pin return spring to come out. To remove the safety from the gun, I'm going to nudge the extractor back a little bit. Safety will pop down. Safety in its spring. Go ahead and nudge the rest of the ejector out of the gun, and you have completely disassembled the slide on a 1911 Series 80 gun. Extractor, firing pin spring, firing pin, safety, safety spring, firing pin stop, recoil spring cap, slide stop, recoil spring guide, recoil spring. You notice the recoil spring has an open and a closed end. This is the closed end. This is the open end. If we have a spring in such configuration, this will always go to the back of the gun, and the open end will go to the forward part of the gun. If you have a spring that has 2 closed ends, it makes no difference. And if you have a spring with 2 open ends, it makes no difference. If you have a spring that's directional like this, this is the closed end, this is the open end. The open end will always go towards the muzzle of the gun. Okay, put those parts aside, and we'll do the frame. First part you want to remove on the frame is the grips. The grips, you're never going to get a little razor blade and slip under the grip and pry it off. You will break them. We're going to come from the inside of the frame with a screwdriver. So first you remove whatever you have. You got Torx screws, you got Allen headed screws. This one happens to be a slotted screwdriver. So we're going to remove one screw. Then we're going to remove the bottom screw. And now we're going to remove the grip. So like I said, I'm coming into the grip, into the mag well, and pry the grip up that way. Never get a knife blade or anything and try to chip it up. You will break your grip. Put that to the side and remove the grip panel on the other side of the gun. Here again, I have access to the grip from the inside of the gun. Just go ahead and tap it. This one fell off. Okay, what we're going to do now is the hammer must be cocked. I'm going to remove the thumb safety. Thumb safety is located in the left side of the gun with the pin on the right side. What I'm going to do, this is the safe position, this is the fire position. I'm going to manipulate the safety slightly up and back while putting pressure on from the right to left and remove the thumb safety. The hammer must be cocked. Okay, thumb safety is removed. And now what I have in here is I have the plunger tube and its plunger tube parts. This is a safety detent spring, and this is the slide stop plunger. Okay, now I have to fire the gun. So the firing of the gun, you have to grab the gun in a normal way to deactivate the grip safety and captivate the hammer, press the trigger, and release the hammer to the forward position. At this time now, I'm going to remove the recoil spring, mainspring pin housing, and I'm going to put a punch in there, and I'm going to use a hammer, and it's going to take a bit, and I drove out this pin, mainspring housing retaining pin. Get this stuff so it doesn't fly around. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cock the hammer with this pin removed, cock the hammer, slides the mainspring housing down, pull it out. Grab a hold of the grip safety, pull it out, get the hammer strut out of the way. Extending to the rear is your three-legged sear spring. Now basically roll the gun back over onto its left side, and from right to left, push out the hammer pin, push out the sear pin, shake the gun, everything comes out. We're going to remove the magazine catch now. The magazine catch is held into the frame by the magazine catch retainer. Even though that has a screw slot, it is not a screw. So what I have to do is I have to tuck the flange of this magazine catch retainer inside the magazine catch. There's a slot located by depressing the magazine catch from left to right, maintaining counterclockwise rotation on the magazine catch retainer till you find the magic spot, and you can rotate the magazine catch retainer into the magazine catch, remove it out to the right. Push the trigger. The trigger will come out the back of the gun. The frame is disassembled. To disassemble the magazine catch, there is a little flange. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the magazine catch retainer to the clockwise position and allow the spring to come out. And then we have the magazine catch retainer spring and magazine catch retainer. That is complete disassembly of the 1911. There are 6 parts we do not want to remove. The ejector, it's held in by its little pin. The plunger tube is aggressively staked from the inside of the magazine well in 2 places. And the grip screw bushings, which should be thoroughly staked to the frame, all 4 bushings right and left, should be staked to the frame to where they do not come out. 1911. I failed to disassemble the mainspring housing. Mainspring housing consists of a cap pin, a 20-pound mainspring, a mainspring housing pin retainer, and a mainspring cap pin. So what I'm going to do to disassemble this, I'm going to have the third hand come in from the magic, and it's going to push from back to front the mainspring housing cap pin retaining pin. But I have to compress the 20-pound spring, so you will see this. So I got it compressed, push the pin out, allow the 20-pound spring to rapidly decompress. Grab a hold of the mainspring. This is a mainspring cap pin, the mainspring housing pin retainer, and then the mainspring housing.